Hey, we're live straight away.
Yeah, because people are waiting. Our fans are waiting.
Okay. All right, wonderful. Hi, everyone.
Oh, that's it.
Just
we're just waiting for Kay and Serena.
Mm. Do you want to we're live, innit? Do you want to let the people know what happened?
Yeah. There's only 2 people back on at the moment. When they
still need to know what you did.
It's not always a blame game, you know. Should I add that to the list of conversations?
Just tell the truth. Say what you did.
Why husbands are always quick to blame their wives?
You're usually wrong.
Is that true? Is that so?
Why is he saying I'm usually wrong? You're starting the fight already.
I don't know about that.
Hi guys, sorry about our technical hitch. It was my fault.
Own it.
Before they throw me under the bus, it was my fault. Sorry, everyone.
Hey,
Michelle.
Hello, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Dan. Yes, we're back now. Anyone that sent us our comments that didn't put up that we lost, please send them again. We've got one more couple that we're just waiting for.
That was it. Thank you.
Hey, Victoria.
Hello, Victoria.
So, what are we going to do?
I'm trying to message Tia and Quakers to see where they are.
Okay. In the meantime, maybe a little game.
In the meantime, first is tell us a joke.
Hey, Hazel.
Hey,
Hey, Hazel. Hey, Alison.
Hello.
Oh, wow. Yes. Westerns. What's going on?
Hi, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello, Comfort.
Hello,
Hello,
Comfort.
Comfort.
I feel like I should. Oh, hey. I think they're here.
Yay. Welcome.
Yay. Hi, Mommy Sarah.
Hello, Mommy.
Hey, Mama Sarah.
Hey, Mommy.
Can we do a sound check for tea?
1, 2, 1, 2.
Really?
Hi, Charlotte.
Hello, Charlotte.
Hello, Charlotte.
Hey, Charlotte. Now, can Quarks do the thing he did before, please?
You say no.
Fix the audio.
Yes, Janae, let's start again. That was just a trial run to make sure people were there watching us.
It's low, Quarks.
Can you hear us better now?
Yeah.
A bit better.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Nadia.
Hello,
Hey, Nadia.
Hey.
Yeah, Kay, if you guys can, I don't know, turn it up a little bit more somehow, it'd be great.
Oh, okay.
Right, no pressure, I guess.
Jeanette,
It's at the
Yeah.
say again.
You turned it down.
It's at the highest.
Yeah.
The volume's at the
That's fine.
That
highest.
is
That's
perfect.
all good.
We'll be right.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
I'm feeling a lot of pressure right now. All right, guys. So welcome to, is this our second or our third?
Third.
Third episode of quarantine discussions. I don't really feel like it's quarantine discussions anymore because it feels like lockdown is over now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Until we can go to restaurant, it's lockdown.
Yeah, so it just feels like we're just having discussions at the moment. We might just cross out the quarantine part. So we're going to start off with introducing the couples that we've got tonight, and then I'll introduce our topic, and then we'll get right stuck in. So should we start with? We'll start with our new couple. Should we start with Paul and Nancy?
Yeah. So I'm Paul Nsia. This is my wife, Nancy Nsia. What else do you want to know?
Tell us.
Right. So Nancy and I, we have been married for 9 years now.
Yeah.
We have a little baby who will be 1 year in 2 weeks' time.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the gist about us, really.
Welcome.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Guys,
Kingsley and Alicia.
We've been married for what's basically, we're the youngest couple. We've been married for what's going on for almost 2 years. We have 2 children, which you probably heard in the background.
Wow.
Our daughter's 2 years, and then our son is turning 10 months soon as well. And
Congrats.
We've got some young couples here. So you old timers, you need to behave yourselves and set a good example.
We'll try.
And then hopefully you two can remind us of what it's like to be newlyweds, because I think we've forgotten. You must still be in your honeymoon periods when it's all like nice and.
We'll wait until the Netflix question comes up, then we'll see.
And just obviously,
Thank you, Jeanette.
Najis and Asantis, you're not new here, but just kind of let everybody else know about yourselves as well, please.
We're the Asantis. I'm Festus. This is my beautiful wife, Jocelyn. We're married 11 years. We have 4 kids. There's a lot of them. That's it.
Of our lives.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeanette.
Thank you, Jeanette.
Ajis.
right, we're the Aggies. Yeah, we're the Aggies. I'm Kwaku. This is my beautiful wife, Tarina. We've been married for 11 years, as you know. And we got a 1 year old, 1.5 year old
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah.
Who takes ages to go to sleep.
So those of you that remember last week, T was doing the first part on her own because Kwaku was putting Anaya to sleep. All right, so today, babe, do you want to introduce yourselves? Do you want to introduce us?
Yes. Jason and Linda, married for, it'll be 15 years next month. We also have 4 children. There are also a lot of them. One day we'll tell you the stories about us doing our family holidays and how it's a military operation just to get through the airport.
Yes.
It's a lot.
We're gonna miss it this year.
I think that's a whole new conversation, isn't it? About holidays and trying to get everybody together. So our topic this evening is titled Netflix and Cheating. And I think you guys remember when we had our couple banquet last, it was at Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we had this topic discussing, and it was very heated.
Interesting.
Very interesting. So I thought it'd be nice for us to come back again and revisit that. Obviously, we're gonna have people throwing in their questions to us as well, if anybody's got any questions. And we've got some other teasers, short conversations as well that we're going to have, which includes the toilet seat, who's a better driver, who takes up all the space in the bed, you know. But it's all fun. This is not nothing serious. And I think the whole aim of all the discussions is that there's so much going on at the moment. So we're just trying to just be a little bit lighthearted and just relax a bit and just be a little bit more happy and chilled out, as opposed to just be really, here we go with our all marriages matter.
Black marriages matter.
Yeah.
They do though.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll kick off with our first one, which the question is it ever okay to watch a series or a movie without your spouse?
Well.
Can I ask?
Now, before, sorry, yeah, go on, Kay.
What's stipulated? What's the rules? What's the rules for Netflix and cheating? What is it?
What do you mean? What's the rule?
Let him ask the question.
Let's
Why-
clear this up. Yeah.
Allow
Be
him.
clear. Be clear. What is the cheating?
The cheating, okay, so the cheating aspect of it is when, for example, you've decided that, oh, we're going to watch, I don't know what.
Serious.
Yeah, you're going to watch wherever it is together. And then, you know, somebody decides, not mentioning any names, decides to watch it without you. And you're like, babe, is that a program you're watching? And they say it with their chest, like, no, you're taking too long, so I'm watching it without you.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So it's something that you guys decide on to watch, and then the other person's not allowed.
Yeah, it's like, it's your thing.
Wait.
That's perfect.
Point of order. Right? It's not that we've decided to watch it. It's just that we started watching it together. That's it. We didn't decide to watch it. Just
Hold on, what's the difference?
What is the difference?
Yeah, you decided to watch it.
To say this
Okay,
is
all
what
right,
you
cool.
do. You just happen to
I'm
do
kidding.
it.
But has
That's
there-
what Jason's
but
trying
has
to
there
say.
got to be a verbal contract?
Don't worry,
though?
Jason, me and you, like, I'm telling you.
Why?
like,
Why do you
I'm watching
need
you,
a
Nancy.
contract, though? You don't need a verbal contract, do you? Really?
do you want us to answer the question?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I have no problem watching the series and leaving him behind. As far as I'm concerned, Netflix is there, you can click rewind, you can. I personally don't have. Let me finish. I don't have any issue with that, and I don't have an issue if he goes and watches it because the show will always be there. And I don't mind watching reruns. So if you want to watch it together later after I finish, I'll be fine. Yeah, and I'm not one of those people who will go
No.
halfway through. Netflix waits for no man.
It doesn't work like that.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I think, Nancy, we can't hear you. I think I'm going to cut you off right now because you're breaking out.
Can I just say that it doesn't work like that?
Thank you, Paul.
It's a different vibe when you watch it together, right? When it's the two of you watching it, it's time to relax together, time to spend time together. Because as it is, we barely spend time together because you are at work, you are here doing this, doing that. So that time is quality time. You spend time together to bond as a couple. And when you begin to watch the first episode, second and third and fourth, you like to continue to watch it, from there. But when you come back and you see that the last time you watched together, it was the fourth episode, and the next time you watch the 10th episode, now you're thinking to yourself, what's going on here? You know what I mean? And it's not nice like that, It's not.
You know what, Paul?
I agree.
Paul, I feel you. And I think that it's not about, whether or not you can rewind it. I feel like this is our thing, it's our time, and it's nice to get the covers, cuddle up on the sofa and watch it together.
That's it.
But it's important you have your own shows though.
We're not talking about own shows.
100%.
But we're not talking about own shows.
I'm just saying.
We're talking about shows that we've started together, and then you decide to go and watch some without the other person. You decide. Yeah?
That's what the question is, not me. The question is.
But if you're saying the point is about watching it together, we can still watch it together because I'm happy to watch it.
I'm not.
It's not the
But
same.
that's not the difference. If I never tell you, I never watched it. No, what's the difference?
Ooh, wow. I tell you what, that's where the cheating part comes in. Because, you know what I'm saying? We agree to do something together. You go ahead and do it without me. That's not fair.
That is not fair.
That's
Nah.
not fair.
And to be honest, I don't like watching things twice.
Nah, me
So,
neither.
Yeah, so if he says, yeah, we can watch it, I'm just like, no way. Like when I know something is going to happen, I don't like watching it at all.
Mm.
Do you realize?
What about when they fall asleep? If you don't discuss that.
What about what? I think
Why are you watching it and fall asleep? But
You
don't know
continue.
they're
It's
sleeping.
their game.
It's
It's
their
their game.
loss.
Continue. It's all
It's
right.
so interesting, though. Stay away.
Because you don't know she's falling asleep and then you're watching it and you're
If you
enjoying
love
it.
I'll
them,
fill you in when you wake up. It's okay.
Oh wow! Wow!
Guys, I think we really
Amazing.
It happens.
before we can move on, we really need to agree that if you start something together, you have to finish it together.
Unless,
Otherwise, it equates to marriage.
wait. Unless one of you says, you know what, watch it without me. Go ahead. That happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, you can see other programs. Go on.
But then
It might be a trick.
you're gonna watch it then, because it can't be the whole. You know, like when an episode comes out and you're itching to see it, and somebody's not as itching, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll watch it tomorrow." No. I need to be up to date because there's some spoilers on the internet. I can't be
Right.
myself like that. There's a code. There's an etiquette. I can't.
Wow.
I can't.
I'm seeing a whole different side to you today. A
Tell you
whole
what.
different side.
This is one thing that Nancy and I can never agree on. We agree on a lot of things, but not this one.
This is disgusting marriage.
You know what?
No,
No,
I
no.
feel like if this continues, we may need to go to marriage for counseling.
We might have to. Definitely.
Hey, look at Eddie's put.
That's why
you balloon the belt, man.
So yeah, not now.
So you guys have noticed that I've been sitting here quietly, just listening to the conversation, hearing the different points of view. Okay, quietly.
Mm.
Right. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I don't watch it. You know why? Let me tell you why. Right? Because there's been countless times that we've started things together, and we've watched it together, and then the next night when we're supposed to carry on, she's nowhere to be seen, right? And then I go to work, and everyone's like, "Did you watch Power? Did you watch Power?" And I say, "No." And then the next day, they say, "Did you watch Power? Did you watch Power?" And I say, "No." And you know what? I don't care anymore. I don't care. I will watch it. I don't care.
Marital counseling, guys.
You can have your conversation.
This is what I have to deal with in this house.
Listen,
That's why it's better to watch a movie.
I don't
Because if
care.
you watch a movie, you just do it one and done. But a series,
Yeah.
weird.
Series is very
I
chippy
disagree.
Yeah.
To be fair, in this house, we don't really have them problems, you know.
Oh, that's lovely.
Are you sure? Your wife is not here. Are you sure? You wait for her to come back.
What happens? What happens? Wait. What happens? Yeah, we'll be watching a series, and then she fall asleep, but I don't know she's falling asleep, and I'll carry on watching it until I realize that she's awake. Until I realize that she's sleeping, then I stop it. So we might have to do a little rewind, but
That's nice of you.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah, you know,
Very nice of you.
That's why I said,
I'm not gonna lie, his wife.
well done, Kay.
Okay, it doesn't look like your wife agrees.
First, I do try.
But I like how you said it's only when I know she's falling asleep. You probably got to the end of that episode and then you realized that's probably what happened.
Of course you are, Eddie.
Right, Eddie.
There's this me, we're not going to get a resolution from this. We're just going to. We don't have a resolution. No, the only resolution we need is you telling me, babe, I'm not going to watch it without you.
I don't care.
I don't care is no good solution right now.
Let's agree to disagree.
We're agreeing to disagree. All right, so our next one. Should the toilet seat stay up or down? I don't know if any of you have issues with toilet seats in your houses.
Oh, it's not a bother.
Down.
Yeah, down. And if you lift it up, put it back down. That was easy.
But if you want it down, then put it down.
No.
Oh, fair. You agree.
One of the worst things that happen in the middle of the night is you try to go toilet and you almost fall into the toilet. Yeah.
So you basically sit without looking. Then you should just put it down.
I'm thinking I'm gonna go and
it needs to be done, because the way I see it is you have to be, let's take it to mathematical kind of thing, because if you two married couples, then at least 75% of the time the toilet seat would need to be go down, because for a man it's 50-50. It's either he's doing a number one or number two, and it needs to be down. For a woman, whether we're doing a number one or number two, it still needs to be down.
Yeah.
So that's 75%
So let me change
of
the maths.
the time it should be down. So it should be down.
However, in this household, there are 4 males and 2 females.
That's it. That's
So
it.
your mathematics is skewed.
No, it's not.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think everybody's saying the toilet seat needs to be down. So guys, the toilet seat.
Everyone who's saying it is female, isn't it?
Yep. I don't care either way.
But they're all
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, same here. I don't mind.
It doesn't take anything to just put it down.
Yeah.
Just
I don't want to touch it.
that makes up for the Netflix. See, I can watch it.
See, it's all about give and take, isn't it?
Exactly.
Fair point. Fair point. Fair point.
All right, next one. Who takes up more space in the beds?
Ooh.
Well,
apparently, I
Oh,
tried
oh.
a lot of times. But I have.
Sorry, Kay, say that again.
sorry, Quarks, we can't hear you, bro.
Apparently, I take up a lot of her space, but a lot of times I find myself on the edge of the bed. So I'm just saying that. Yeah, I'm just saying.
He is always on my side of the bed. A leg, an arm, something is there. And then he tells me he's on the edge of the bed. I'm like, my edge of the bed, you mean?
Well, I'm slightly bigger than my wife, so I expect to take up more space. I need more.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, brother.
I need more space. What am I supposed to do? Lie on the little bed?
You know,
Line the edge of the bed.
right.
You know what I mean? What's this?
Yes.
You fight over the bed covers, though.
Oh,
Because I always wanted he
No,
don't.
that's not
Yeah.
right. No.
I'm not bothered about it.
Gotta care about that.
I hardly use covers.
You do take up more space, though. Yeah, definitely. I'm always telling you to like chill, just like with the. You know what I mean?
Because if you are big, the natural expectation is that you're gonna take a bigger space. You know, so Nancy and I'm the bigger one. So obviously, you know, it goes without saying.
But actually, I think what happens is you got a bed, you divide it into 2. If your body width is already the half of your bed, that's your side one. When you're seeing freedom on my side, that is my designated area. So by virtue of who has no freedom,
That's wild.
width-wise, he takes up more. But he is always clinging onto the edge at the side, and I'm just like,
I don't want to trouble. I keep my foot on the side. You know what I'm saying? Hanging on the line.
I hate when someone comes to your side and they're making it all hot. Why? Like, let you be cool. Let you be able to be around freely. Nah. I definitely take up more side.
Yeah, so she 100% takes up more of the bed. Literally, my face is on the wall like this. Just like this.
He is exaggerating.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, I think I'm just gonna buy myself a separate bed.
There you go.
In the garden.
Oh, someone agrees with Nancy.
Everyone agrees with Nancy. All right, our next one.
It's funny how all the girls agree with Nancy.
Yeah, but we didn't agree with the Netflix one.
Yes, we did.
No, you did not the girl.
Everyone did.
All right, so does the silent treatment work?
We kind of covered this a bit last week.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It works on me all the time. All the time.
Please explain, Paul. Please explain.
You know, Nancy.
Be careful. Be careful.
You know, Nancy has that look, yeah? You know, she gives you that look. She doesn't say, you know what time it is. You know what time it is.
Side-eye.
Yeah, you know you have to behave yourself.
To be fair, I wouldn't use a silent treatment on the silent treatment is more so because I want to make sure I check myself and don't say anything disrespectful. Yeah. So it's a way of me just being like, listen, if I say something right now, it's not going to be nice. So let me just keep to myself. It's not about I ain't going to teach you like that sort of thing. I need to be in my own space. That's what I use silent treatment for.
But it's effective though. It's effective. I tell you that. Very effective.
Why are you saying it's effective? Like what? How is it effective? In what way?
Because I like to know what Nancy is thinking. I like to, get engaged, with Nancy. So when she's quiet, she's not saying anything, and she's looking at me straight. I'm lost. You know what I mean? I can't figure it out, and I just want to know what's happening. So I can't tell whether she's angry with me or she's happy with me. Or
does silent treatment if they're happy. But the ironic thing is, I will only do the silent treatment if I feel like I talk, and you've not heard. So if you wanted to engage and to hear what I was saying, you should have heard it first before I got to the point where I needed to do silent treatment. I'm just saying.
What about Kingsley and Alicia?
I find that.
Have you experienced that yet, or are you still in the honeymoon period?
It happens sometimes, but it's not.
I mean, I agree with Nancy. Like, it's much more effective to have a moment where I'm just like, I'm not talking to you right now, instead of just having a go at him, because we find that if we were to speak to each other when we're really angry, it wouldn't really amount to anything. None of us would hear each other. Yeah. So it's better to just like have my moment where it's like, don't touch me, don't talk to me, I don't know you right now. And then when I'm ready, I'll come and talk to you about it.
But how long does that normally last for? How long do you say that will last for?
Not for very long. No, not for very long.
What, a few hours, a day, 2 days, 1 week, 1 month?
Whoa.
Maximum a couple hours.
Maximum
a couple hours.
But listen, the danger of silent treatment though is that if you do it too much, the other person be like, all right, cool, I'll hold this silent treatment as well. Right. Just go about my own business. So you have to be careful, ladies, when you're coming with that silent treatment, because
do you guys ever, as in the guys, do you guys ever do the silent treatment?
I've done it, yeah.
You do?
But after because you do it too often.
You do it.
Nah, I talk too much silent treatment. I can't do it. If there's something on my chest, I have to let it go. So I can't do silent treatment. She used to be a professional at it, like years ago. Yeah. She was amazing.
I had a degree in silent treatment.
Awards. I think over the years, it's definitely, we talked about it a bit last week.
I can't do silent treatment now. I feel like we've been together for too long. We're too old for not talking about things. So now it's just like, as I said last week, the way I see it now is, are you going to get a divorce? No? Then just deal with it and move on. Because I feel like when I was doing the silent treatment, it was affecting not only myself and my husband, but also affecting the kids as well, because the mood in the house is not the same. Yeah. So it's like, this is long. If I got something to say, I'm going to say it to you and we move on. We discuss it, have an argument about it, and move on.
And then we get back to celebrating, isn't it? Yeah.
Just going on about the men, do you think when you guys do the silent treatment, it has the same effect and impact as when the woman does the silent treatment?
I don't think so.
Do you do it?
No, sometimes.
Um,
That's your answer. It doesn't work. That's
Nancy, you didn't even know he does a silent treatment.
It doesn't work.
That's it.
I think it's more effective, right, if a man does it, because it's not. I'm just speaking generally, obviously. It's not often we do it, so it must mean something serious. Do you know what I mean? Not. I can't remember the last time I did it, but if I had to,
I don't think you have done.
All right. Right.
I think if I do it, it's because I've said what I've said more than once and twice or 3 times, and then I just go silent from there because I can't say it again. I can't say it again.
yeah.
So I just go silent from there.
I hear
Then
that.
she know I'm really upset. Then we sit down and talk about it, and then hopefully we don't come back to it. So I think when I've done it, it has been effective. Yeah.
So it worked for some.
What are we hoping that the other partner is feeling or thinking if we're doing the silent treatment? What is the hope that they're gonna suddenly understand you, that they now have the space to remember everything you're saying, or that they're gonna come and be like, please, let's talk? Like, what's the hope?
You lot are trying to punish us. That's what it is.
That's right.
You're trying to make us feel cold and look at him over there suffering. That's what you want. That's what you want.
I think that's what it is, isn't it? Like you want them to, I guess, acknowledge that you're upset without you telling them I'm upset, because you're giving them the silent treatment, and you want them to say, "Babe, are you all right? What's wrong?" So you can tell them, "Go away. I'm not talking to you."
That's type behavior. I'm just telling you that now. That's not correct behavior.
Somebody just said, if you heard me in the first place, I wouldn't have to ignore you. Yeah, see, we love the chase. We just want you guys to come and acknowledge the fact that we're upset. And I think the silent treatments will stop a lot earlier if you acknowledge that we're actually giving you the silent treatment.
Maybe you need to find a better way to communicate in the first place. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But sometimes when you try to tell someone something and they don't listen, like, what do you do after that? Like, you said it like 10,000 times. Wait. They're still doing that same thing. Like, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, I'm not going to argue with you.
How are you saying it, though?
Yeah.
Need the conversation.
Babe, can you not do that? Babe, I don't like when you do that. Babe, I said, stop. Kingsley, I said, stop now.
You know something? There's a time when you ask a man something and you'll get your babe. I'm just saying. if you ask during football, for example, when football's on TV, you're not really gonna get a good response. It depends when you ask.
Yeah, it's true.
There's an optimum time. I'm just letting you know, there's an optimum time to ask for certain things.
It's true. Very true, bro.
One of those terms and conditions, my brain is only open between 9 and 5. Do not operate during football, nothing. We need to get to know the rules, is what you're saying.
It does not pretty well when you just come from work, and it does not pretty well during football times. We just come from work, you need to just chill for a bit.
Benny's saying that he's not working too well for her. Any tips, ladies?
Do it too often then.
Maybe it's more about what, if we're not doing a silent treatment now, what do we replace it with? How can we let our husbands or our wives know that we're upset without having to spell it out all the time?
Spell it out?
Yeah.
No, spell it out.
Take a pen and paper and sell it.
Yes, I don't think that can work anymore, to be honest. Not with us anyway. We've had the times where it's very cold and the silent treatment has gone on for days, stroke weeks, stroke extended weeks.
Not that long.
No, it's been a while. But now she gives me like, I don't know. I think my theme of the night is I don't care. Like you know why?
Guys, I'm getting a complex right now.
No, you know.
Lay it all out, mate. Lay it all out.
We're gonna wake up next to each other in the morning. Like we're still gonna be here. So like let's deal with it, get over it, and move on. So I don't know. It doesn't work. Before it used to work badly. Like I couldn't eat. Like you know what I mean? I didn't really sleep very well. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll go to work angry. But now,
those boy.
Now I have my Cheerios the same way. It's fine. You know?
Yeah, but you couldn't eat jollof if you were actually responding well. I mean,
you know what? I think it's been a while since I gave him the silent treatment. You wait, yeah. You see, I don't care. I don't care. You don't give a heck. We see.
No, Benedicta and that's what I'm saying, man. Benedicta and Amma are making some good comments.
Exactly, Isaac. Exactly what I've said. Exactly.
Isaac's got it.
For me, it's not about punishing. It's about listening. I know. I would just say something that's wrong. So let me regroup and come back when I know I'm going to be respectful. Then I can come back and have a proper conversation.
See, the thing is that I don't even know what I do to get her to that stage. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, how do you get to the stage where you know what I say something? Because you know it's gonna come out. It's not gonna come out well. You know.
You know what? Yeah, all the clues are always there. It's not even the clues. It's already been said, and it was what was ignored to the point where you're like, yeah, let me take a step back. I don't think it was a silent treatment just like that. Well, at least I don't.
Well,
yeah, it's a tipping point.
You want the next question?
Yeah. All right. So the next one. What happens if your husband, I guess, or wife doesn't like your best friend?
Can't relate.
Can't relate to that. Sorry.
Oh.
Can't relate. Sorry.
I see how you just ruled yourself out quick time. Can anyone relate to that? We've lost them. Can anyone relate to it?
So,
oh God.
I think based on the kind of, I don't know about best friend, but like in terms of friends, obviously there might be a few characters that my wife may not agree with, but I don't know.
But they're not your best friend.
I don't have best friends. Anyway. I have friends, but there's some friends you don't really kind of.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't have to be a best friend per se, but do you have any friend relationship?
There's an echo.
Someone's got something on. Someone's got Facebook on or YouTube on.
It's not me.
It is you.
Wow. It was you.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, much better.
Okay.
Because you turned it off, didn't you?
No, it wasn't me.
No, it's back. It's back.
Yeah, it's back again.
Oh no. Hello?
Yeah, can you all hear us? Yeah?
We can hear you. Yeah. Just waiting for that. Yeah, I think it's
Can
gone.
you hear us?
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's gone.
It's gone now.
Okay, it's gone now.
Can I just say that, you know, with the best friend thing, when I got married, I made a conscious effort not to introduce some friends that I had before from university time that, you know, my wife may not find interesting to my wife. So I keep them separate from my wife. So my wife does not even know them. This way we keep the peace.
Oh, I don't know.
But it's true though. It's true. You know, if you know your wife, you're gonna like them. Why introduce them to your wife?
If you know what? Sorry, bro. Say that again.
If you know your wife is not.
But that's a part of your life, though. Your boys are your boys, isn't it? You can't.
Yeah, well, clearly, they're not really.
You know, I mean, you know how you said that you don't have best friends. You know, it's like people that you see, you hang out with, but it's not like best friends. If you know what I mean.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. In terms of like, I guess I've got a wide different social group. So I don't know. Some guys my wife isn't too keen on, but I don't really. That's it, really. It's not really cut.
Have you introduced every single person that you know to your wife? Like people that you talk to, that you hang out sometimes.
She knows all my guys.
Yeah.
She knows all my guys. Yeah.
I think the thing is, he doesn't go out his way.
I want to hang out with my wife. No.
I'm not going to bring him round or, associate myself with him because you don't like them. And I think I pretty much like all your friends. And it's not a thing that I don't like them. It's one particular one that I'm just like, I don't particularly want to hang out.
I hope he's not watching.
And that's it.
No, but I think your spouse should know, even if you don't see them regularly, they should really know your friends, shouldn't they? Who your friends are.
Definitely.
No secret thing. I ain't got secret friends.
Secret thing,
Just it's not like you're going out of your way to make them secret, but it's just that you feel like it's more important to introduce them. So,
all right, we've got a question.
Yeah, but shouldn't you have known them before you were married?
Say again.
Didn't you know the friend? Didn't you know the friend before you were married? I think like if you've been dating for like a good few years and that friend hasn't come up, then that friend's not like super duper important. I don't know. Like
exactly.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
You have some friends where every now and again they'll call you, you go and hang out, but it's not really deep friendship. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Fair enough, but there are some things that when you get married, they have to kind of like, not go on, not get locked off completely, but your behavior has to change because you are now like accountable to somebody else. So the times when you would spend all night hanging out with your boys and stuff like that doesn't necessarily like run unless you and your wife or your partner come to some mutual agreement that you're both happy with. There's some behaviors that need to change once you get married.
I agree. That's true.
Should we answer this question? Is it okay for you to have the opposite sex as a friend when you get married?
Yes, but depending on
how you manage that relationship.
Yeah, depending on the realms of that friendship.
Yeah. If it's like if the friendship is open and all three of you can hang out and like there's no like conversations at like 12 o'clock in the night and blah blah blah, like those things which if it was on the other foot you wouldn't like. If you manage that relationship and everything's out like open, transparent, it should be fine.
Yeah. Co-sign, absolutely co-sign that. It's about transparency. And if anything, it would be even better if the opposite. If I had a friend that was a boy, if you were closer to Paul than it was for me, because there's less opportunity to feel threatened. You are, especially when it comes to the opposite sex, sometimes a girl can't read a guy or a guy can't read a girl, but your partner can see clearly someone's intentions or the way they're moving, etc. So I just feel like being transparent and open, and there was this really bad echo, sorry.
Yeah, the echo is terrible, man.
Yeah, the echo is back again.
Can everyone just check they haven't got a device playing the stream?
No, we don't.
No, not me. I promise, not me.
But for me, I feel like if there's trust there, if there's trust between the two of you, then you shouldn't worry too much about it because you know that you can trust your wife or your husband not to do anything silly. So for me personally, if Nancy had a guy friend, I wouldn't worry too much about it because I know her. I know that even if the other person's intentions are not pure, it's not gonna get anywhere. That's how I see it. Anyway, I may be wrong, but that's how I see it.
If the other person's intentions are not pure, they shouldn't be your friend.
But how would you know, though? You wouldn't know.
No, I'm just using literally that example that you said. If you know that their intentions are not pure, then you have to make that decision over the friendship that serves you well, serves your relationship well.
Yeah.
We've got another question here. What is your view on husband and wives having work, wife and husbands?
No,
I see what it is, yeah.
No.
Do you want to say this one?
Why?
What do you mean?
Work.
No, absolutely not. Like, why do you not work wife? You're not wife to be your work wife, your home wife, your school wife. I'm your wife everywhere. Either way. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't like that term. I find it wild.
And I think if you start doing that, you're really inviting trouble.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes you're like, oh, my wife, and then the next minute they're like catching you in places they really shouldn't.
I know. But why do you want to give them that label in the first place? You know?
Exactly. Yeah. Why that label? Why?
Exactly.
Maybe it's banter.
It's a thing, man.
It's not banter. I've seen Twitter.
Wait, listen. It's banter until the Christmas party. Then see.
Yes, whenever.
No banter here, man.
I mean,
yeah, Priscilla was just saying that obviously if you've got like the opposite sex as a best friend, they would have known your partner before you got married. So I guess there would be a clear understanding that, you know, now you're married, but I guess you will still have that friendship. But do you think there will be a case where the friend might just have a bit of an influence over your marriage?
wow.
Yeah.
I think firstly, this is me personally. I think firstly, it's not the opposite sex being your best friend while you're married. I just think it's a no-no. Because your best with a best friend, it's somebody you share everything with. Do you know what I mean? Like you tell them the issues that you're facing, like when you're down. Do you know what I mean? They're your counselor, all of those things. So for you to still have that best friend who's the opposite sex while you're married, it means you're sharing that, you know, that interaction with them, and I think it's the wrong thing to do.
Okay, so we've got a question. Is it okay for your partner not to like your friend?
Yes.
It depends.
It depends on the reason why, to be honest.
Yeah.
What's the reason?
And then what happens when your partner doesn't like your friend? Who do you choose? Do you feel like you have to pick one or the other?
Nah.
Is that even a choice?
Not a question of choice, but just out of curiosity, why don't you like my friend? If you have no good reason.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Obviously, you have no reason, then yeah.
Fox needs reason.
Yeah, what's your reason? I just don't like them. What do you mean you don't like them? I just don't like them.
That's not
Yeah, give me a reason, man. Give me something to work with.
Them that you can't actually put a finger on, but it's just the vibe you get from them that you don't like.
It's just a gut feeling. It's a gut feeling sort of thing.
Yeah.
Who would you want to please? Your wife or your friend? Your husband or your friend?
Nay.
So what's the question, bro?
I was saying that who do you want to prioritize? Is it your husband or your?
Well, to be honest with you, well, like that's not even like your wife is priority. Like
the wife always win.
There needs to be a level of understanding that I have a social group, I have friends. You may not check for all of them in the same sort of way, but these are my guys. That's just it, really. And I'll never put any of them above you. Never. That's not even a thing. But at the same time, still the fact that I have a wide variety of friends, and you know, they just some of them are not really balanced in the right way, but they're my boys, isn't it?
Yeah, can I ask?
You just won't come around now. Maybe not at all.
Yeah.
So if you said all that, yeah, to your wife, and she's still, you know, after a week, after a month, it's still the same. She doesn't like them. What do you do?
What do you want to stop talking to them?
Yeah, stay away from them.
We can't be doing. See,
that's a bit nuts.
That's wild. It's not like a
but then shouldn't, like, I think if you're gonna have a friend like that, then you need to try and build a relationship between your spouse and that friend, because then it kind of like makes life that little bit easier because everybody is friends and stuff like that. I'm not saying everyone must be best friends, but like if you guys are gonna be hanging out and blah blah blah, then let's try and build some kind of like relationship there, so that it's easier. No,
you probably won't be coming around.
Yeah.
Don't force it.
That's long. That's long.
Then your friend needs to go.
Go where?
He doesn't live here. He lives in.
Get gone.
He lives in Prestatyn. We'll go there. Where's he going? You don't see him often. Maybe he might come to baby education. That's about it.
So think about it. Yeah, is it worth the hassle though? Because mind you, you live in the house with your wife. If is it worth the hassle to have that all the time, you know, that back and forth with your wife about your friend? Is it worth it? The question you ask yourself.
I don't know.
You know what?
It depends if you define the hassle. I don't know. I don't define it as hassle. I don't know. I don't see it like that. I kind of, for example,
now, my friends don't.
Go on, Quark.
If it wasn't for church, to be honest, if it wasn't for church, like T probably wouldn't see. Let's say if one of you T didn't like, T probably won't see you lot often. Because even though we're as tight as we are, like brothers, how often do we like you guys come here or whatever? It's not like my friends don't come around often. Do you know what I mean? We talk on the phone, or if we're doing something, we arrange to do something, like say go top golf or something. Then we do that. He won't be around her. You get me? He won't be around her enough for her to like have energy for him like that. Do you know what I mean?
But what if he is?
But he won't.
No, but what if he is around? So say like we're in a situation where the guy is.
Why is he around so much?
Then what happens?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine it because I don't have any situation like that in terms of my boys being around that much. Around you that much.
I guess
you know what I mean?
Ask me to imagine in the situation, your best friend lives next door, or the person that your wife doesn't get along with lives next door. So they always come over, or they're accessible. How do you manage that friendship when your wife doesn't really check for them like that, but because of convenience, you're probably more likely to see them? How do you manage that?
If there's a valid reason, like a real valid reason, like for example, your bridging makes me feel uncomfortable, he's a bit creepy, or I don't know. If it's a valid reason, that makes sense to me. But just I don't know.
But even a valid reason is subjective, isn't it? Because it's about trying to almost convince you that.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. If it's valid, and I agree with you that okay, cool, that makes sense. I kind of see where you're coming from. Then yeah, but if it's just, I don't know. It's a weird one for me. I don't really.
It's a weird one for me as well. But I have a similar situation where one of my friends, a really good friend, and he works in like Wembley, which is not far from here, and he just pop round whenever. Like sometimes he just come round, and I'm at work, and he's not creepy or anything. Like that's just how he is. Yeah. So T obviously, like when T's at home with Anaya, and Anaya's got a toy here, toy there. The house is a bit messy and stuff. And she's like, I don't really feel comfortable with that. First of all, like, I'm a bit house proud, so like him coming around just like that, my house is a mess, and that is not really nice for me. So I had to talk to him. Do you know what I mean? He's my boy. We're still tight boys. Do you know what I mean? So like I understand that I can deal with. There's a reason. I'll talk to my boy because there's a reason. But if there's no reasons, like what am I gonna say to him?
Can I say that it started to become a little bit creepy when he would come round when Kay wasn't here? So then it started to make me feel uncomfortable because you know your boy who you want to talk to is not here. Then why are you here? So we had to have a conversation, and then they had to have a conversation because I wasn't happy with that at all.
Yeah, and I spoke. We're still tight boys, but that behavior stopped where he just comes around.
Is that conversation? Does that conversation sound like, "Oh, my wife feels uncomfortable," or do you try and shield them from knowing?
You know, I just told him, look, my wife is very house proud, and sometimes she might not be decent or whatever, and then you just come around. That's not. It's not. It doesn't really work. So like,
so you blame
if you're trying to come,
you blamed it.
You blamed it on your wife
because I'm not doing it. I blamed on the house proud thing more, which is true. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I used that reason. I didn't want to feel like. I didn't want him to feel like, oh, I feel like you're trying something on my wife, or I didn't want to feel like that because it wasn't that. But I had to use that reason.
We've got a question that says, why is he coming around when you're not there?
You know what? To be fair to him, he's like that. He doesn't only do it to me. He did it to my other friends as well. He just comes around. That's just how he's grown up. So it wasn't unique to just like me. He does it to all the other friends as well. He just pops around because he's in the area. So yeah, but since that conversation, nothing's changed between me and him, and he's just stopped doing what he's doing.
Fair
I
point.
think this kind of feeds into a little bit about our next question, which was, is it okay to keep in touch with your ex after marriage?
No.
Who was that? Was that you, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
No.
Kingsley and Alicia.
Right?
Say that again.
She's asking you the question below. Kingsley and Alicia.
Oh. It depends. Wait, it depends on what you mean by keep in touch. That's the thing. If it's just, I don't know, just say, I don't
Still
know.
be
happy
friends with
birthday
them.
sometime.
Maybe go out for something to eat.
What?
You know, like meet
Oh
them.
no, oh yeah, in that sense, no, it's not okay. No, like if it's just to say hello, hi,
If all
bye.
of us are going
Yeah.
for a meal, then
Yeah,
fine.
but if it's something else, then I don't know.
Yeah.
What about still talk? What about
hi,
talking to them on the phone?
What we what talking
Fine,
about?
as long as everything that's in the conversation, you're happy to
Yeah.
share that with your spouse.
Yeah, yeah.
If you and your spouse, if your spouse can be sitting there and it's on loudspeaker and you guys are both happy with what you said, then fine. But if it goes into the realm where you're having to, let me just step away a bit, then
No.
All right, we've got a question.
It's a slippery slope, yo.
What if you have kids with your ex?
Well, then you have to keep
Yeah, but then you have
contact.
to keep in contact.
You
Obviously,
have for your child.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Boundaries, though, like what?
But then it
Yeah,
needs to be-
about boundaries in that relationship, making sure they know their place in their relationship with you, and being respectful of the relationship that you have as well.
I think so. Isaac is saying that we need to define keeping in touch. I guess what I mean by keeping in touch is maybe regularly calling them, messaging them, saying how are you, maybe reminiscing about your time together.
Alicia kind of gave a good sort of measure. If your partner looked at your messages, would they be happy with what they saw? Would they feel something?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then you know that the conversation is not appropriate or the relationship is not appropriate. If you're starting to kind of blur those boundaries. So I think that's the kind of a good gauge of you kind of thinking about how you communicate. But to keep it from being messy, just no. So like, why? No, I don't see why.
For me, I don't really see the point to still continue to talk to your ex. You know, to what end? I mean, there's so many people in the world. Why do you want to maintain that friendship? There's so many people out there. Yeah, what is it about this person who wants to maintain that relationship? Come on,
Maybe
man.
you had a good bond with them when you were in a relationship with them. I'm playing devil's advocate, guys.
Then you should have married them.
That. Like,
and if anything, I think that makes it dangerous. That makes it more dangerous. Oh,
I
sorry.
think it goes further than that. If you guys were friends before you even started dating, and it depends how deep the relationship was as well, and depends on how the split came about. There's so many variables to it. Like, if I was friends with you before, why? If we ended on amicable terms and we just decided, you know what, feelings aren't there, this isn't the right one, and you can respect the fact that I'm in a marriage, I don't see a reason why I should have to cut you off. Because, like, for me, like, a couple of my exes are family friends. What am I gonna do? Run away from them when I'm at a barbecue? Like, it's just...
There's more of a run away from them. Do you not think there is if you actually have a good relationship with them, if you notice yourself kind of going to them and talking to them, next thing you know, when you're having a little tip of your partner, you're going to them talking to them. It's that I don't think you can necessarily put in their mind. You start to go down that road and putting yourself at risk. That's why I see it as it's too dangerous. It's too
But I think that's where boundaries come in. Like, you know, you would like fine. You have your friends that you go. First of all, you shouldn't even be going to your friends about your problems. That should be a you and spouse thing, because at the end of the day, when friends get into it, it gets messy. But furthermore, I would definitely not go to an ex to talk about my current marriage, because I'm not opening that door for them. As far as I'm concerned, my ex is now a friend. Friend meaning that you don't know what's going on behind my doors. You don't know what's happening between. As far as you're concerned, me and him are good. Even if we're arguing, we're good. Me and my children were good. So it's like boundaries.
Okay.
I don't agree still. I just feel like your ex is your ex. That chapter, and that's it. You know, all done. You job done. There's no point in going back, to say, oh, let me talk to you today or tomorrow, or let's keep that friendship going. What's the point? What's the point though? I mean, I don't understand.
Paul, I like what you said about, I like the way you said there's so many people in the world. Why not?
Well, I can pick one to be friends with. Why that one? You know what I'm saying? Why that one? If the feeling is still there, then be honest with yourself. Say, okay, I still feel some way about you. So, and then if they were that great, then why did you not marry them? I don't know.
But that shows you that there's nothing going on that won't be. There's nothing inappropriate going on, because if they were great, they will be married to them, not you. So that hopefully should kind of reassure you that it ain't nothing like that. No.
Yeah.
But is it not? I guess our concern is about trust, isn't it? Because you would only think anything about your spouse being friends with their ex because you think, oh, they might do something, or do you see what I mean? That's the only reason why you would have reservations about your spouse still having contact with their ex. Apart from that, what else would it be? So I guess if you trust your husband or your wife, then should it not be enough? Or is it enough?
Have you read the Bible text that says flee from temptation? Like, stay away from it. You know what I mean? So that's all.
Your ex is not your enemy. All right, let's move on to our next one, which is, do married people find others attractive? If so, is it wrong? So I'll put that in there today, because I asked Jason just a random question today, and I'm like, do you find other women attractive? And what did he say to me? He's like, of course, I'm a red-blooded male. All right, I wasn't expecting that, but okay. I was expecting him to say, babe, I've only got eyes for you.
All right. First of all, you're making me sound really bad. Like, if somebody's pretty or somebody's attractive, then obviously you're going to see that they're pretty or attractive. So that's just by the by. If you said, would I pursue them, that's a completely different thing. No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
If somebody's attractive, like, she's attractive, isn't it?
Absolutely. If any man tells you otherwise, they're lying to you.
Oh God.
So we're also we find other people attractive. Were you saying something, Nancy?
No, I was going to say I agree. Like, we're not blind; we can see it. And if anything, then you can appreciate the attractiveness of your partner because you're not blind. But yeah, I don't think it's wrong. In my mind, well, actually, no, let me not do that. I used to joke and say that, like, Dwayne Johnson is my husband, Idris Elba is my husband, and like in the imaginative world. Apparently, that's too far. So, I find it attractive. Like, I wouldn't do it. But they're cute people.
What? So we can't say that. But remember me and you used to fight over Idris, Nancy.
That would mean that you actually had some part to play in it. Like, we had this discussion.
He's my second husband. He's my work husband. Idris is my work husband.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I shouldn't say it, because I was like, I just realized you just had the work husband debate.
So I guess we're saying that it's not wrong then, because it's natural, isn't it, to find other people attractive?
Yeah, it's definitely not wrong. I guess, like, you can say, oh, that person's nice, or we watch movies and I'd be like, oh, do you think she's pretty? And he'd be like, yeah, she's all right. Like, I feel like he does water it down.
But
it depends on how many times you say that. Oh, that girl, she's so beautiful. Okay, all right, thank you. Like, especially if I'm sitting here, my hair's in doo-doo plaits.
There's no makeup. Like, you know, I'm just rolled out of bed. You can't be telling me that that girl over there is beautiful. Nah.
No, but Tim, I was gonna say, like, you just finding somebody attractive in movies, like for example, you know, saying Idris is so hot, blah blah blah. Is that not different from saying that you find somebody in real life attractive? Because let's face it, I'm not gonna get with Idris, am I? So he's rest assured that
we're saying it, okay? now to say it. Okay.
Dreams can come true.
So he can have confidence in the fact, knowing that, yeah, you know, in your dreams kind of thing. But if it's somebody that we know and I'm constantly saying to him, oh, I find Festus attractive. Yeah, how is he gonna feel about that, right?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
I mean, I think it's different when you know the person, or you're walking in the street. You see what I mean? As opposed to just seeing something on TV.
Yeah.
It depends on how many times they say, you know. If they say one time, I say, all right, fair enough. But if every minute or every day, you know, at least once a day they say it to you, then you begin to feel like, what's going on here?
So come and compare and be like, oh, that person's so nice. You should, they got their shirt. You should ask them where they got their shirt from. Those sort of things is like, okay, no, come on. You're
going a bit too far.
That's too far. Like,
is there a difference between finding someone beautiful and finding them attractive?
I think there's a difference between finding someone attractive and actually lusting after them. So beautiful is something. It means the same thing. It's attractive. So I think you can appreciate God's work in somebody, but then when you're finding yourself like, oh, I want my husband to wear that, or oh, I want him to look like that, or I can imagine, that's lusting, and that's when it goes too far.
Definitely, I think you're right about that.
Isn't beautiful when you appreciate them and then that's it? Attractive is when you think, oh, I could see myself with that person. Isn't that attractive? I thought like beautiful is when like you can just appreciate them and be like, oh yeah, that's cool. But attraction is maybe a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Go on, see.
Definitely, but I think we also use those terms interchangeably, so informally. Like we might not be thinking that deep, but when you break it down like that, absolutely, there's a difference.
Attraction is like you're drawn to that person, you know.
But I don't know whether any of the girls do this. But if I see a girl, I'll be like, "Oh, she's so pretty, cool." Like, and I don't know why. It's a little bit like what. I don't know. Sometimes if that makes the guy feels uncomfortable, like, well, why? Are you trying to? Is it a trap? Is it a trap? Like,
we know what you lot are doing. She does all the time. Someone will be walking, be like, "Oh, she's pretty, isn't it?" And then I'll pretend I haven't even seen her. Like, who?
Exactly.
Why is he pretending? Because he's probably seen her before me. No, but like, I'm not hating. If I see a girl that I think she's attractive, I'll just be like, she's attractive.
No, because you know what you do. You know what she does. This is what she does. Like, you'll look at me, you can see if I'm looking, right? And if I'm not looking, then she'll be like, "Oh, she's pretty, isn't it?" And then I'll be like, "Who are you talking about?" Like, who I'm talking about. That's what she'll do.
You know what? I'm starting to think that you are actually finding other people attractive when we're out. Because I never think that at all. If I see someone, I feel like, oh, you know, I don't know, they've got a nice body or they're pretty or something. I'll say it because I'm admiring the woman, and that doesn't mean I want you to. I don't know.
But what if it's a man though?
Yeah,
I do that as well. When I tell you, when I see a good-looking man.
The thing is, if I say she's pretty, she'll say, well, "Why don't you go marry her then?" You know what I mean?
That is not true.
It's a trap.
What's your marry her then?
Guys, that is not true. I have no idea what my husband is talking about.
I'm sure I've heard you say that, you know.
It's true. It's very true.
What? Hello, Fancies, are you agreeing with him?
I'm agreeing with him.
I've heard you say
I can't believe this.
I've heard you say, go on, marry her then.
Maybe that's when he's saying it too many times about how attractive somebody is. And I'll be like, is it now? You should marry them, yeah? All right, so we've got our last question here. And while we're discussing this, I'm just going to look on our Instagram page because we had some questions on there.
Okay.
I guess I know what our males are going to say. You're all going to say, yeah. The men are better drivers.
Definitely.
Well, it's not really a question, is it then?
Exactly. Right.
Come on, girls. You want to argue this?
I think
But I've had less. Go, Nance.
Oh, okay. He taught me to drive.
There you go then.
But the student surpassed the teacher because safer driver than him. You know when someone knows how to drive so confidently, they could do the lean back and all of this, driving so fast that you don't know if you're in a Concorde or you're in a car. Like that's a better driver. A better driver is someone you can sit comfortably in the car. You can sleep at peace, knowing your life is not at risk. That is a better driver. But he can park better. I'll give him that. But I think you're a good driver, but not a safe driver. I hope DVLA is not.
I'm stressed right now. Like, I don't know what to say.
How many times have I told you I don't feel safe? Slow down.
I'm very fast though.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
I think the fact that my wife sleeps in the car when I'm driving on a long drive or coming back from somewhere means I'm a better driver.
Right.
Yeah, true.
I will sleep when I'm not driving. So
Well,
it doesn't matter who's driving.
if you were driving, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't. I'd be like,
Wow.
well, you know that, babe.
I did not know that.
Well, anyway, I do all the driving, so it don't matter anyway. So
Yeah, that's the thing. Personally, both of us are in the car. I think the guy needs to be driving. I shouldn't have to touch the steering wheel. Nothing like that. It's okay.
I agree with that.
You drive the car. I'm like, why? You're here. Why should I be driving?
Why is that
I
though?
want to drive sometimes.
Nah.
Why do you want a man to drive?
It's better.
The same way you open the car door for me is the same way you should be driving, in my opinion. Like,
I don't know.
I have heard I have cast more female drivers than men drivers. When there's like someone driving bad, and she goes and she's seen them, she's like, oh, it's a woman, isn't it? I'm like,
that says it all, yeah.
you're not gonna deny this, are you? Though? You're not gonna deny this. Thank you.
You know that's even more dangerous.
Silent treatment.
You know, like the way I see it, you know, like most women, I may be wrong, but drive probably slow, and that can cause like Nancy. Okay, let me use Nancy for example. Nancy will drive really slow.
No. I drive at the speed limit, which is apparently slow.
And I think that in itself can cause accident. Because you are driving so slow that you put around you, you know, making
yeah. I hear that.
You know, that can cause accidents. Yeah.
I'm driving at the speed limit. So if that's slow, you need to take it up with the person that created the speed limits on the road.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nancy, you sound like you're very
you go 20 miles per hour.
You
go 20 miles per hour.
When you're driving.
Yeah, literally. Literally. Now, if it's 20, you should be doing 18.
Please tell them what you got on the post a few days ago.
What is it? A speeding fine, exposure.
Miles over the speed limit. It wasn't 20. Was it not 23?
It was 20 miles per hour. Now doing 23.
Okay.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, but that's not too bad. Back in 20. What's the problem? That's so bad.
23.
Slow down.
They do that, yeah.
I'm gonna challenge it, though.
I'm gonna challenge it because how can you calculate 3 over 20? How can you calculate that literally?
That's really harsh. Wow.
That is very harsh. So do you have to go on the speed away then?
Playing with the letter, being like so outraged. Nancy, can you believe? I was like, how much are you? And I was like, but the speed limit is 20, so why are you just it's like you have no sympathy for me. I was like, but you broke the speed limit.
Isaac is saying that you feel it's his responsibility to drive his wife. Do you guys feel like that?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
To to each their own. My wife is a learner driver, so by virtue that I'm a better driver, but I'm pretty sure if she was a full driver, it's not a case where she won't be downtime because she enjoys driving, so I can't really agree with that.
Yeah, everyone enjoys driving before they have to drive.
Yeah.
When I was like,
that is sometimes true. That's
but you were
subject.
making me drive all the time every time you were going somewhere. This is so perfect.
I think it's a good thing because like I don't expect to drive. Obviously, Monday to Friday, if I'm going to work, I've got no choice because I have to drive myself.
Yeah.
But weekends, I feel like weekends is my time off driving. Like if we're going somewhere, driving is not a thing. If we do long distance, and I'm like, I feel a bit sorry for him. He's like, oh, baby, I'm a bit tired. Do you want to drive? I'm like, do you just want to pull over and have a break?
That is how I'm ordering. I love driving. I don't mind sharing the driving, like when we go out. But we have 2 cars, and the red one is mine. And he always navigates straight to the driver's seat at the driver's door. I'm like, bruh, like, this is my car. Why can't I drive it? Like, he just takes over my car. And then if I'm driving, he like, oh, you're driving too fast. You shouldn't have overtaken that guy. This and that. I'm like,
she's not a safe driver.
Backstreet driving in this car. No way.
She's not a safe driver.
He's always criticizing my driving. Always.
She's not a safe driver.
So I just let him drive now.
She's not a safe driver.
Tell her. No, tell her.
But T, I think I agree with Kay because I've been in the car with you, and I've literally like, T, my God.
Thank you.
Can I just say?
I'm getting thrown about in the car.
Excuse me. Can I just ask? Was that before or after my daughter?
Was that before or after what?
My daughter.
Oh no, that was before. That was before.
You see, so my driving has changed.
Oh, wait.
Having a baby in the
How old is
car.
Anaya?
1.5, bro.
My driving has changed. My driving has changed. My driving has changed.
I don't know. How many times have you driven when I'm in a car? How many times?
A year and a half, yeah.
Let me drive.
Because history.
Because history has changed.
History hasn't changed. History definitely hasn't changed.
History's changed.
I'm so glad you're here, Joss. I'm so glad you're
Joss, I thought we were friends. You had my back.
Oh my God.
The car sit. The way I feel car sit when she drives. Hey!
You don't feel
Serena,
Vicky.
you're very nippy. Like,
Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you.
Jeanette, please don't.
T, I think people are questioning your driving skills. What's happening there? I'm not trying to get in the car with you.
Like, I get to places on time even when I start out late. Like, I'm a good driver.
But Quarks is better.
He's slower.
Do you feel like the men are quite patient on the road when they're driving? I feel like my husband is.
I'm very patient.
Fine.
I'm not patient.
I'm very
driver at
patient.
Hey,
I'm patient. I'm down.
Are you reading what's somebody wrote?
What have you been right there?
You don't have any sleep ups.
I'm so glad.
Call it Vicky.
Hey.
He drives like he's auditioning for Fast and Furious.
No accidents.
No accidents, but I am on edge sometimes, babe, when you're driving. It is true. Yeah, I sleep because that's what I have to do when you're driving.
Okay. So people who are on edge don't sleep.
No, I sleep, so I don't have to think about your driving. So we've got some somebody's asked us a question on Instagram. Hold on. So the first one, I think we've answered the first one, but I'll ask again if anybody's got anything else to add. She said, is it okay to be very close with your baby father or mother?
Define very close.
Yeah, I was gonna
define
say
very close.
sharing a bed, like. You obviously have to be close to the child, but like, yeah, I think you have to define very close. I don't know what that means.
I think she means, I don't know, maybe having a good relationship with them. I can't answer define it.
You have to have a good relationship with a machine to raise the child.
Yeah.
Co-parenting and all that.
Full relationship.
Yeah,
Okay, we've got another question. This one. Yeah, I think somebody had put that there. The only thing you need to discuss with the child. All right, so the person come back.
What's that?
They've come back and they're saying, you know, going out, taking trips together, like family trips with your child.
Well, then, if my spouse is invited, then cool. But if not, then no. Like taking trips.
Say that again, Alicia.
If my spouse is invited, then cool. But if my spouse is not, then that's a problem.
Yeah, you lot can't go on towers without me. You have to. I mean, have to be there.
Yeah.
What about sleeping over at your house? I'm just reading a comment.
Sleep in your car, bro.
Can your partner come over for a sleepover if they're coming to see their child?
Listen.
No. Book into a hotel.
Premier Inn, Holiday Inn, all them in. Man, stay.
You can put your Pathfinder skills to use. Make a tent for them in the garden.
I'm just quickly gonna check if we've got any more questions. All right, if you're watching online, I think we're coming to the end now. We've come to the end. If anyone's got any more questions they want us to ask, this is your time before we round up. Oh, I think they've unmuted themselves.
Has anybody got any Netflix recommendations?
One that we can watch together.
Oh, so we've got quite a few things to watch, haven't we?
Hang on, let me see if I've got one here. There.
What genre are you into?
Loads. I like violent stuff.
Oh, Festus.
I'm not gonna say I like romantic stuff. I don't. I like violent, crazy things. Just I like that kind of stuff.
There's this The 5 Blooms. Have you watched that? The 5 Blooms.
The 5 Blooms.
Yeah, Blooms.
Blooms.
In Bloods.
Sorry, Bloods. I beg your pardon.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but I was told that it was really good.
When you said blue, sounds like some flower thing. I'm not watching that.
Blood, sorry.
5 Bloods is a bit more my type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that about?
It's a Spike Lee film that's based on soldiers who have to go back to, I think, Vietnam to reclaim a body or something like that. And it's got Chadwick Boseman in, so it's quite a good film, from what I've heard anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, man. It sounds good.
Yeah, I heard it's really nice.
Cool, man.
Also, viewers, if you've got any Netflix recommendations, send them to us. We're thinking of
if anyone's got Prime, Little Fires is really good.
Which one?
Oh, with Kerry Washington.
Little Fires with Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon. Really, really good.
It's a slow starter though. First, you wouldn't like it.
All right, forget it then.
Don't worry. I mean, it's really good. Watch it and then tell me you don't like it.
No, it's okay. Quarks knows me.
Oh no, Money Heist.
You wouldn't like it. It's a very slow starter.
Yeah, Money Heist is something that my husband, we started together, but my husband decided to watch the whole lot without me.
A whole lot. Where were you?
I don't blame him. It's really good, isn't it?
Where'd you go?
Jason, how could you?
Linda, where did you go?
Honestly, I'm really analyzing our friendship.
Where were you, Linda? Why did he watch it by himself? Where were you?
Well, I was here. So when the new series came out, he's like, "Oh, babe, it's there, so let's watch it." But I think the first and second night, I can't remember what I was doing, but I was busy doing something. And then the next minute, he just watched all of it without me. And that really upset me.
Cool. So I gave you 2 nights. Yeah, 2 nights, 2 whole nights. Yeah. And then I had to proceed.
He's got no remorse.
I saw Priscilla's comment about Kerry Washington. What was that thing she used to do before with the president? What was that?
Scandal. Yeah,
her facial expression will wind me up in that. So she gets someone. She's always like a bit.
Like, can you carry alone, please?
Huh?
She's very expressive.
She overacts. That's what she does.
There's this one on Netflix that you need to look out for. Self-Made.
Are you sure it's called Self-Made, bro?
Say again?
Are you sure it's called Self-Made?
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, Self-Made.
Yeah, Self-Made is a good show, and it's actually historical as well.
Yeah, very historical. Yeah.
Somebody's recommended Queen of the South.
That's a drugs thing, isn't it? I think I've seen an advert for that.
So guys, can we watch this?
Oh, yeah. Zoo is good as well.
Yeah, as couples, let's watch it together. Yeah, somebody else has said Queen of the South is good. So we might watch that. Can we watch it together?
Of course, my love. Of course,
we're going to watch it together, right? Yes, babe. We're going to start tonight, and we're going to watch it together. We're going to watch Queen of the South.
Yeah, that's it.
Zoo is good as well.
Remember that, Jason. Don't forget.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, 100%.
What did you say, Kingsley? Which one did you say?
Zoo is good as well. Zoo is basically a TV series. It's got cancelled, but it's a TV series that's about what would happen if animals were to rise up and basically project their feelings onto human beings. It's quite a good show. Yeah.
Because it was rubbish.
They're basically trying to kill human beings, but I don't want to say too much about giving it away.
It's really good.
Imagine if
really
Check
good.
It Out rose up against us.
Yeah, they got really smart and started killing us.
Yeah.
I love Dynasty.
Is
The
anyone
Dynasty is good as well.
Ain't that the old school thing?
Yeah, apparently it's back.
They've got a modern
Yeah,
day
Dynasty's back. Yeah.
very like telenovela type, overly dramatic. Oh my god, somebody else has died.
Beach. I'm all right.
I like it. It's good.
I don't know if I'm on that, to be honest.
Look out for Only Fools and Hoses.
We got cancelled.
Only Fools and Hoses.
Oh, don't tell me you watch that.
I do sometimes.
Oh, no.
That's classic TV, I guess, but I don't look for it.
All right, guys. I think we've all got something that somebody else who just sent one in. Blood and Water. Anyone heard of it?
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it before.
Is this all on Charlotte? Is this on Netflix?
Yeah, Blood and Water's on Netflix. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got some recommendations, so we've got some stuff to. The man said only fruits and horses. Paul, that comment is for you.
Oh, really? Thank you.
That's a funny show, though, man.
It's a good show. It's
I like it.
30 years old or something.
Yeah, I think it's very funny. Yeah,
that's good.
I wish they would put up stuff like My Wife and Kids, The Party, Black family shows, whatever, up on there.
Desmond.
Oh yeah, the Desmonds.
Oh, I love them.
That's brilliant.
Desmond is. Oh no, it's on thingy. It's on Prime.
Oh, okay.
Is Desmond on Prime?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I only saw it recently.
Nice. Oh, we've got baby joining us.
Hey.
Hi, hello.
Sleeping, you know.
All right, guys, I guess we need to run up now. So just before we go, you guys want to share a little bit of maybe some last minute advice or some thoughts around all the topics that we discussed? Something that people can take away with. We need a takeaway message to run things up from each couple.
Always leave the toilet seat down.
Or not.
Create a second profile on your Netflix account so they don't know that you're watching it ahead of them.
Wow. Man's out here. You're a proper 007 out here, you know.
Hey, I'm coming to change you, man.
Actually, last thoughts.
Oh, boundaries. Keep the boundaries. Exes need boundaries. Baby partners need boundaries.
Okay, boundaries. Kingsley and Alicia, last minute thoughts.
Never go to bed angry.
Yeah, never go to bed angry. Yeah.
Is that really a thing? Do you really never go to bed angry?
Yeah, much as possible.
Oh, you guys are so young love.
We asked them again after 5 years.
Exactly. You're definitely coming back here, so you can tell us how that's going. What about you, babe? Any last advice before we sign out?
Yeah,
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. I don't give a heck.
Yeah.
Don't care. Don't care.
Don't start any Netflix shows about your partner. It's not the right thing to do.
You believe it.
They're calling for you to be Prime Minister, Nancy. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Next week, on Saturday night, we've got a couples quiz. So if you're a couple and you want to join us, Nancy and Paul have a history with
winning.
The losers of our couples quiz. So they will be coming back to redeem themselves for the title.
Absolutely.
So I'll tell you guys what happened. So we had a quiz, and then
come on.
Now they need to know. They signed up, and their name was not Nancy and Paul. Their names were the winners. Mid-game, they changed it to the losers.
You know, it's part of a long-term plan. It's a long-term plan.
So I'm looking forward to what their title was going to be Saturday night. Saturday night, we're having our quiz night. And then Sunday, we're having a Father's Day talk. So we're going to have some fathers talking all things fatherhood and how the experience has been so far. And there's not enough of positive talk about Black male role models. So hopefully that'll be really interesting. So make sure you tune in and make sure you come and join us. So thank you, everybody, for coming to join us. And good night.
See you later, guys.
Good night.
Good
night.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.